Smoking Dank Sinatra, that's all gas. On the hunt in the tall grass. Intercepting every ball pass, then I run it back, that's a TD. Check the scoreboard, y'all last. We up one, you see me. Pussy niggas wanna talk about it, go to Hellcat, no demon. I be politicking on your broadcast at the red carpet like the famous homie. Ask your bitch, really famous homie, and you know it's in me. It ain't on me. So creative like I made Adobe. I've been balling like I played with Kobe.
What's the deal? What's the deal? Back again, PolitiKan the podcast. We live Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we gotta get straight to this NBA, man. The moves was crazy. The Clippers got Russell Westbrook. Everybody was talking about they have a real chance, and we are 0-3 with Westbrook. So we gotta get to the Clippers' bad start with Russell Westbrook. LeBron James, he went down. Everybody thought it was an Achilles injury. He said he had a pop, but then he finished the game. And then now he's been ruled out indefinitely, as he probably will miss at least a few weeks with a right foot injury. That's what they're calling it. So an arrest warrant was issued for potential draft pick Jalen Carter from Georgia. He was probably one of the top 3 to 5 draft picks. He probably could have went number 1 overall. But I guess he was involved in a race that resulted in an accident. And now a warrant has been issued for his arrest. So some crazy stuff going on right there. You know, at the Grammys, hip hop turned 50, and they honored Jay-Z. And then after that, Billboard and everybody came out and said Jay-Z was the greatest rapper of all time. Well, Lil Wayne took offense to that, and Lil Wayne came out and said that he is the greatest rapper of all time. So we're going to get to that. And then, of course, we got to get back to Smoking Joe, because we always seem like we got to talk about Smoking Joe every week, because now the Biden administration asked Congress to reauthorize the Warrantless Surveillance Act. So that was implemented with the Patriot Act after 9/11. That was a Obama thing that Trump took out, and now he's trying to get Congress to bring it back. So let's get to this first topic, man. So the Clippers, man, 0-3. Russell Westbrook. I mean, the mayor sat here and gave the Clippers their props for the first time ever that I've ever heard, and said that it was a good pickup and a good fit. And now we 0-3. What is your thoughts on this 0-3 start with Russell Westbrook? Is it time to bench him?
I still stand by my decision of thinking that Russell Westbrook is a good fit for the Clippers. Coming off the bench might be a good look, but I don't think it's necessary at this point. I think they might need to bring some different bigs in. It's obvious they're making Westbrook, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard their big 3. So maybe you insert Plumlee and not have him come off the bench, or have Plumlee and Zubac start to kind of throw off what most teams would think of as like a slow team. They'll actually be really fast and be able to fill the lanes and be a high energy, fast paced team, but they would have the size. Like they would really have a rather tall 5 with, Paul George being with like 6'10". I mean, it kind of hurts. I really thought this was going to be the moment that the Clippers were going to really transcend and put some momentum into the playoffs like they did back in the Lob City days. And it's obvious that I guess I spoke too early and I jinxed you guys like a Laker hater would. I mean, I'm sorry, a Clipper hater, Laker game, Laker hopeful would. So I apologize. But Russell Westbrook needs to I would prefer him to start. But maybe coming off the bench might be the next thing for his career, or for the best thing for his career. I'm sorry.
So what's your thoughts, yeah?
Well, do the Clippers still have Reggie Jackson?
Nope.
Oh,
they traded him. He's on Denver.
Oh, you guys traded him. Oh, okay. Who's gonna be your point guard? Because you gonna put Eric Gordon in?
We had Terrence Mann. He was killing. He's not the traditional point guard. And then we got Bones Harlan in the trade too, but he's not a traditional point guard. So we got three non-traditional point guards. Eric Gordon kind of was filling in the slot also, but he's not a point guard at all. So I don't think we have a point guard on the roster, to be honest with you, besides Westbrook.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't got no point guard, so y'all gonna bench him and put somebody else that's not a point guard in. So you guys are in the same boat no matter what, just to get. I also would say this. It's only 3 games. You know, I mean, give the guy time, give him time to gel, get it together. It's not over for you guys. You know, you guys' ceiling is still Western Conference Finals, probably, maybe, if that. You know, so you guys are still going to make the playoffs. Whether he does good or not, y'all still going to make the playoffs. So, I mean, y'all going deep and going to a championship? Nobody was thinking that anyway, besides the host of the show. But other than that, y'all don't got a point guard. Y'all going to have to put Eric Gordon in or some non-traditional point guard. And it's just let it gel. It's only 3 games. You ain't winning the championship after 3 games. At least it's going to take time. So that's what I would say for y'all. Just let it take time.
If you look at all the trades and then the buyout market, man, the main team that actually looked like they gelled immediately was the Lakers. They got into like a 3-1 start. They was catching fire. They was starting to gain traction, and everybody was talking about the Lakers coming all the way back to being a 6 seed. And now we get LeBron going down in this injury, and just as fast as it started, it's over again. So you know what I'm saying? With the Clippers, we still gonna make the playoffs. We still got time. We just need to figure out the rotation, and everybody needs to figure out they spot in this championship team. But as far as the Lakers' championship aspirations, I believe they're completely smashed with the news that LeBron James is now out for the indefinite future, man. So we do not know how long LeBron is going to be out. And what does this do if the Lakers do not make the playoffs again? Does this hurt his legacy? Like, how many years has this been with him in LA? And how many playoff trips did they make? What, one? Just the bubble? They missed the playoffs every other year. So when he passed Kareem, and everybody was talking about, oh look, this is why he's the GOAT. This is stuff like this is why that conversation can't even be had. So what does the Lakers not making the playoffs this year do to LeBron's legacy?
Okay, so his legacy is already cemented, not by a LeBron fan, but by like an NBA savant, right? There's nothing we can do to take away from the fact that he's played 20 years and no one else has played 20 years and been this consistent and made all these different teams great and had all these different accolades. Like, I'm done talking about LeBron because I know that the news of him having an indefinite or he's out indefinitely does not mean that he can't come back earlier than a week or two. It's just that allows them to put him on the injured reserve list or whatever, and they don't have to worry about the load management conversation or any of that. It's a more strategic move. So now he can heal, he can recover, and he can eventually come back when he feels it's time. And we all know how LeBron operates when it comes to close to playoff time. He likes to slow down a little bit so he can gear up before playoffs. He's already said these last 23 games are supposed to be the most important regular season games of his career thus far. So if he is in fact out, he's going to do everything he can to come back. But also at the same time, he wants to read more of his new teammates. If they're 3-1 with him, Let's see what happens if he can sit out the next game. Okay, they lost to Memphis. That was an obvious loss. Like, no one thought that they would, we would beat Memphis. So who's the next opponent? I don't even know because I don't care, because we're going to win that game. Just like we beat Golden State, we're going to win that game. And I'll say we'll win 2. And by the third game, when we lose, then he'll come back. Then he'll say, oh, okay, the Lakers are what now? 5-2. Since the All-Star break, they have a good chance to, really get at least, past a play-in to maybe an 8th, or I'm sorry, not an 8th. Yeah, we got to get to the 6th and not be in play-in. Yeah, that's true. Doesn't even matter. If we play Denver, we probably beat Denver. We have better matchups. If the teams are healthy, both teams are healthy, we could beat Denver. I'm sorry, I'm saying it, I'm biased. When it comes to Memphis, we could beat Memphis. We could literally win a chip, because everybody has to play somebody before playing us. So process of elimination, a healthy Laker team could win it all. LeBron being injured is just a ploy for him to sit back and get more healthy. I said it first, just like I said when I said last week about these great Clippers. They're so fantastic.
Oh, my God. Hey, everybody. It's me again. Do you guys want to know what these 2 LA teams have in common? The last time they were relevant was in 2021. Woo. 2021, the LA Clippers went to the Western Conference Finals and lost. Ladies and gentlemen. 2021 was the last time you seen the Lakers in the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. This goes back to my point that I made a long time ago, that the bubble championship does not count. It does not count. You want to count it so you can be closer to the Boston Celtics, but it does not count. How do you go from winning a championship to not even making the playoffs anymore? Did that happen to the Warriors? No. Did that happen to the Milwaukee Bucks? No. But it happened to y'all. Now let's get on this LeBron James. This is the real narrative that is going on. Hey, Rich, it's me. LeBron, why you whispering? It's me. I don't want nobody to know it's me. I'm calling you. How many games are left? LeBron, it's like 20-something games left. LeBron, what you tripping on? Hey, listen. Do the math for me. You think we're going to make the playoffs? Nah, man, I really don't think y'all even going to make the playoffs. Dang, they're going to roast me if I don't make the playoffs. All right, cool. You know what we got to do. Option. Plan X. Okay, cool. There he is. I'm injured. So if the Lakers don't make the playoffs, guess who's not to blame? LeBron James. Oh, it's because LeBron, it gives the Laker fans a way to escape, because that's what they do. They don't take ass whoopings like every other team, like the Chicago Bulls. Like, my team sucks all the time, and I got to come on here and say, you know what? My team sucks. Laker fans don't do that. They find a scapegoat. So that's what they're doing. They want LeBron James to be hurt so y'all can go out here and say, oh, man, LeBron was hurt. That's why we didn't make the playoffs. Well, if you were in playoff contention before LeBron James got hurt, shouldn't you guys at least make the playoffs? No. Y'all ain't even making the playoffs. This is trying to, you see, the mayor did not come out here and say anything but some BS bull crap about the Lakers and them making the playoffs, and, you know, we're going to gear to win the whole thing. You're not better than Memphis. You lost to Memphis because you're not better than Memphis. You're not better than the Nuggets. And then the Laker fans out here want to come out here and say, yeah, we're going to win the whole damn thing.
I said if healthy. If
See?
Healthy.
Look at that. There it is. There it is. Everybody can say that. Hey, Chicago, we can win the whole thing if we have Alonzo Ball.
But he hasn't played all season. I'm talking about in retrospect to
Y'all haven't
LeBron
even
being
made the
injured.
playoffs in 2 seasons. What you talking about?
No, I'm saying, look, you're not even taking consideration. You're not even taking consideration that D'Angelo Russell was also injured and he didn't play against Memphis yesterday either. But if he was healthy,
you guys get to use excuses of injury and nobody else is able to use that same damn tired excuse?
I'm not using it.
You guys suck.
I'm not using it as an excuse all the time. I'm just talking about for this current topic of LeBron. You know, I can't stand LeBron. So LeBron being hurt is him using it as an excuse, not the Laker fans using it as an excuse. The rest of the team, it as an excuse for the rest of the team collectively, though, I'm telling you like this: the rest of the team collectively constructed as they are could have beat Memphis if D'Angelo Russell was healthy. And you say I'm wrong, I say I'm right. Okay,
healthy.
I say I'm right.
Why you gotta be healthy? D Rose never got injured. He would be the greatest point guard of all time.
Alvin,
I can use that excuse too.
Alvin got up here and said that LeBron is strategically getting rest, and that the Lakers are going to go on a run without LeBron James, and they're going to get healthy.
Hey, I said don't try to put words in my mouth. I said they're going to win 2 games in a row after this loss.
They're going to get healthy. And then a healthy Lakers
can knock off Memphis
in the playoffs.
Anybody, Ronnie. We went 3-1. We went 3-1. I said the next 3 games we're gonna win 2 and then lose the 3rd one, and then LeBron's magically gonna be healthy, and that's when everything's gonna like fall into place, and that's the quote unquote gear up for the.
And
playoffs.
then you made the statement. You know what? We should give you time to take back your statement.
I'm not,
because then you made the statement that said they can knock off the Grizzlies in Denver.
Stop. Move.
I remember the days of being an unapologetic Laker fan. You know what I'm saying? We always believe, oh, the Lakers could do anything. The Lakers they could win any game. Oh, they could come back. They could do this, they could do that. That's nothing but delusion. Lakers, it's more LeBron fans now that became Laker fans. No, the Lakers were not good when they were healthy. The Lakers they're under 500 with LeBron and AD on the floor and Russ. And y'all think D'Angelo Russell is Magic Johnson all of a sudden? D'Angelo Russell ain't shit. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, this is, okay, I agree with the whole LeBron narrative. If y'all remember, I said this a couple of weeks ago. I said this on this very show, that LeBron was going, once he realized the Lakers were not going to be in playoff contention, he's going to have an injury so he can use the injury as an excuse and not make a play. LeBron, he's very strategic. LeBron is very calculated. He does this shit all the time. The Lakers were reeling. The Lakers were struggling. LeBron sees it. He sees the teams that they got to face coming up. He sees this shit, and he's like, oh, hell no. We ain't finna make the playoffs. We already behind. First, it was his left ankle. Now it's his right ankle. Which ankle is it? Like, remember he was favoring his right ankle, and then his left ankle, then now it's his right ankle. Like, it's both ankles now. He was just fine at the All-Star game. LeBron was just fine the rest of that game that he finished. I never seen a player fall down and say, I felt the pop, and then get up and score 11 points in the 4th quarter. Like, come on, LeBron. You ain't playing nobody. LeBron is full of shit. LeBron is about himself. He's all about himself. LeBron is about LeBron James. He's going to do anything he can to control the narrative, just as he's always had. He has a walking boot. Remember when he had that fake-ass cast after getting swept in the finals on the wrong hand, talking about his hand was hurt? Like, why would you got to get a cast that quick when you just played a full game and ran up the stat sheet? LeBron's always trying to control the narrative. The Lakers were not going to make the playoffs with LeBron or AD healthy. As we've seen the whole season, the Lakers have been terrible for 3 seasons. It's time for people to face and stop making excuses. LeBron is done. This is what happens to all the greats. All the greats get hurt. All the greats get old. His run is over. LeBron will never win another championship. Just face it. And he might get hurt to the point where he's going to have a career-ending injury because we saw this with Kobe. We saw Kobe run himself to the ground. LeBron, he killed himself to get the record, playing all them minutes, taking all them shots, and now he's paying for it now. So let's not get into it quickly before I take over. I want to touch on the Westbrook situation. Caleb, I told you Westbrook was a disaster. He's going to fuck up the Clippers. He is who he is. Let's stop pretending Russell Westbrook's just going to magically turn into this efficient, non-turnover prone, non-stupid shot taking player. Westbrook is who he is. they're not going to win anything with Russell Westbrook. They got worse with Russell Westbrook. Don't believe me? Just watch.
All I would say is LeBron James reminds me of that stupid scenario where Paul Pierce went out in some wheelchair and came back into the game. That's LeBron James right there.
Right.
Got wheeled out on a wheelchair and came back into the game. That's the LeBron James right there.
Right.
Oh, I can't make the playoffs. I don't want nobody to blame me. And I came to an organization that will blame it on everything but saying we suck. So, therefore, this works perfect for my narrative. Rich Paul, Plan X, Plan X, Plan X.
I don't know. It's crazy because all this, like LeBron is funny because he was the main dude talking shit about the play-in tournament. And now the Lakers is wishing for the fucking play-in. Now the play-in is his best option. And the same shit that you didn't, be careful what you wish for, man. You just might get it, man.
Bubble boy.
Did not want the play-in, and now look at him. He begging for a play-in spot. He hoping, wishing for a play-in.
Hey, Mayor, when was the last time you guys made the playoffs?
The bubble.
Before the bubble, when was the last time you guys made the playoffs?
Damn, like 10 years.
So one playoff.
All I count is championships.
See, that's I just played the narrative game. Everybody, that's exactly what I want to talk about. They want to count the bubble.
So, as the NFL gears up, scouting the NFL Combine. They got all the scouts at NFL drafts. But one of the top prospects is looking like he's going to be facing jail time. An arrest warrant was issued for top ranked defensive end Jalen Carter from Georgia. So I guess he was in a race with some people that was in an expedition, and the expedition crashed. The expedition was noted that it was going over 106 miles per hour. Now, in an SUV, we all know that if that SUV, if traveling at that rate, if you turn that SUV, it's top heavy. It's going to roll. So why would you be driving an SUV at that rate of speed? It's utterly ridiculous. But now, I guess this happened back in January, but he's just being arrested for it now. And I believe the charges are reckless driving, reckless endangerment, but he might end up with an involuntary vehicular manslaughter charge. I guess the person he was racing had a female passenger, and she passed away in the crash when the SUV crashed. And now because he was racing, they're basically trying to charge him with the death. Well, how do y'all feel about him not actually being involved in the accident, but because of his actions causing the accident, him being charged? Do you think that is a just and fair thing? And what do you think that is going to do to his future? Do you think that he'll have any chance in the NFL?
I think he might be done already. I mean, as much as I try to, preach the right scenarios to kids, to all youth, that in some cases you're guilty by association. So pick and choose your friends wisely. So in this situation, I don't want to say the vehicular manslaughter should be all on him. It's hard to say that it should be on him at all, but because he wasn't driving the vehicle that, the young lady passed in, no disrespect, but at the same time, because they were racing, they both took liability in what could have come of that race. So I don't know, like what's, limitations like the law would have, like that he could possibly get, try to get out of or whatever. But and I won't even say if the driver didn't pass away as well, then he definitely deserves it. Like, it's all like kind of messed up because one, you shouldn't be street racing. You know what I mean? Like there's laws to that in itself. So the penalty of her dying should be held. Oh, I don't know, man. It's messed up. But because of it, I don't really think he's going to have a career in the NFL. There's too much tarnish on his resume before he even got drafted. So, I mean, maybe the XFL, since it's looking like it's getting Sports Center, time and whatnot. No, still no disrespect or shade, but nah, I don't see him getting any minutes. Any teams on to pick him up, there'll be too much liability. It will look too bad on their name, on their brand, on their image.
Man, it's crazy because, like, before you said somebody died, it was like, it baffled me because why the hell are you racing an expedition? Like, an expedition is a big ass vehicle. But in the NFL, it is 58% African American, black, however they want to chop it up. It's about 58%. To get into the NFL, if you went to high school, to get into the NFL from high school, you got about like a 6% chance of making it into the NFL. And it's less than that when you go to college, right? So, like, your chances of making it into the NFL is very rare. And a lot of times, this is just unfortunately, hope everybody else that watches this and listens to this knows, like, when you on a path to your greatness, you got to make sure you got the right people around you that can tell you, and even you tell yourself, like, no, that's not a good idea. That's just dumb. Like, what are you getting out of this racing an expedition? You're going to beat an expedition. If I was in a Honda, of course, I would think that the Honda is going to be faster than the expedition. Or what my Prius may go faster than the expedition. It's just, what is the point of racing an expedition? So let this be a lesson to anybody else that's trying to get into the NFL, NBA, MLB, any sports that none of us on this panel are playing any professional sports. Now, we can all, take a video of you, do the little 360 cam of you, interview you. We got you guys covered there. But none of us is playing in the NFL, NBA, or any professional sports. Just be more mindful of what you do. And make sure the people around you is really keeping you accountable. That's all I can say about it.
I think, will he have a chance at a career in the NFL? I say he has a chance. Will it happen? Probably not, but there's always a chance. I mean, there's been a lot of scandals in the NFL before, with certain guys doing certain things, and look at Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown has wigged out. And I know it's a different type of situation, but I think there's a chance. Now, is it right? I think it's more of. I believe that they need to incorporate, mentorship and make sure financial literacy classes are being given before entering the NFL and the NBA. You got to think about it. These cats are 20 years old, 19 years old, 21 years old. Some of these motherfuckers is coming from parents making minimum wage to raise them, coming from shit. So they get this bread and they get these cars and they get all this shit. And they having fun, even in college. They getting paid now in college with the NIL and other stuff. So like when they get in these places where they feel like they don't won, what I'm saying, they make irresponsible choices. So I think there needs to be more mentors for these young college athletes coming into professional sports and financial literacy programs, so this stuff won't happen. Because it's unfortunate, like y'all said already, turning the SUV at 106 miles. Turning an SUV at 70 miles an hour is dangerous. Like, come on, like 106 miles an hour. Like, what do you think you're doing right there? Just not thinking. A lot of these kids they grown up with a certain aura of invincibility, and we need to. I think it's more on the colleges and on the system to go ahead and place some things in place to inform them of making life choices. Like those type of classes need to be held, because we're seeing a lot of this shit. A lot of these guys making bad decisions, and it looks like they don't got no guidance. It looks like nobody told them nothing. Think about when we were all that young. I know when I was that young, I didn't make the best decisions. So I think we need to hold the system accountable, and also the league accountable for stuff like that.
Well, when I look at this, because he is a defensive end, I believe that he still has a chance in the NFL. And if you looked at Deion Sanders, he was doing an interview, and everybody was talking about cancel Deion Sanders probably a week ago, because in the interview he said when he's looking at a quarterback, when he's recruiting a quarterback, he wants them to be cerebral. He wants them to come from a 2-parent household. He wants them to have a 3.5 GPA. He's going to study the people that they come up around. But if he's going for a defensive end, he wants the complete opposite. He wants them to come from the gutter. He wants mama to be barely making it. He wants everything to be on his shoulders, and that the pressure is going to either make him or break him. He's looking for the person with the most adversity when they are. So given that that type of person being recruited and putting in these places and giving this money with the NIL and gonna be a top 3 he might have been number 1 overall, depending on what team and how it all went. He could have been the top overall draft pick. So understanding that the moment that you're gonna go 1 to 5 and that your life is about to be changed forever, you don't have anybody sitting down mentoring you, steering you the right way, and then you got a bunch of friends that ain't your friends because you're at college. Those aren't your childhood friends. Those aren't even people that know you like that. Those are people that met you because you're the star football player at the college that recruited you, and you got the money and the fame, and you the NFL prospect, and they a bunch of tag-alongs anyway. So given that situation, there's not enough mentorship. And I don't think that there's really no one in a spot like Georgia for you to turn to. You got Deion Sanders, at Colorado now, so they have a different culture over there where they can turn to a prime time. But for most of these students, they don't have anybody to really turn to or look to in these scenarios, and it's crazy.
I got you, Kayla.
Hey,
Go ahead, Ronnie.
I just had a quick question.
Yeah.
I didn't know who this player was, but this is a brother, or was he a white boy?
He brother.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Murdoch, pop the graphic up so you can see him.
Damn. Let me
Because
know.
look,
Not about 2-3 people.
this is what I'm saying, right? Just like all 3 of you said, as far as with mentorship, it falls on the coach. And when you think about college, right, you think about the amount of money the head coach is making. This is football on top of just being a college head coach. You have football, so you have an offensive coach, a defensive coach, you have offense and head defense coach, you have assistants, you have trainers, you have a lot of resources available, right? But the thing that you would say is, oh, well, he has to be man enough to go and turn and ask for help. No, these grown-ass men who are getting paid a lot of money to help these boys win games, or these young men win games, which then gives them more money in the long run, they should be instilling some type of like a life lessons or some type of like, literally just pouring into them the right type of information so that they don't go out and make those different things. Like I've done my part as far as going all the way out to ask Yajiketa to come out and talk to my basketball program, just because I've wanted them to hear some of the same things that I say from somebody else, that to give them encouragement not to mess around and make the same mistakes that, oh yeah, you might do A, B, and C here on campus, right? and you might get detention or you might get suspended for that matter. But if you do A, B, and C in the real world, it could cost you jail time. And I don't think you want jail time, or it could cost your license to be suspended or whatever. And it makes you go, oh, wow, I never thought about that. But you're in college, like you got recruited. If you're about to go number one in the NFL draft, that coach who recruited you probably sat in front of your mom, your dad, somebody who had guardianship of you, who said they actually gave a damn, right? And from that conversation, they said, okay, I'm gonna give you my little boy. You're gonna send him back as a man, and I'm hoping that you're gonna hold your word and be that man that helps make him a better man. So I would then hold up the coach accountable. I'd hold the whole program at Georgia accountable for him doing what he did, because now he literally should be tarnishing the way they look. If he was on the billboard, if he was on a banner saying, hey, come to this school and you could be the next him, now you got to take that down. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much more going to it, but because sports are entertainment, it doesn't matter how many of us fall off before we make it to the glory, to the top of the sports that we love, because we are not supposed to. We're supposed to make others great, and then we're supposed to accept being mediocre.
I raise you one better, because in a way, the coaches, at the end of the day, you are able to make your own choices. So it falls on him. But the Georgia coach, he did his part. He got your son to the NFL. Raise you one better. Maybe the NFL, once you know somebody's going to be drafted, you should have, like Ronnie was saying, a mentor or some kind of program. If that person's about to be drafted, all right, cool. You know you're about to be drafted. They already talked to him about how it's going to go down or whatever the case may be, because they got to do the whole
combine
and the whole commercials and the whole TV program, right? So if they know that, maybe you go, okay, this is what's going on. Now we need you to sign this too. What's this? This person right here, they're going to be following you to your draft day. With this person following you to your draft day, if you do anything outside of that, boom, 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 you are ineligible to come to the NFL. That's just my
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't
makes
know.
a lot of sense.
It does make a lot of sense, but these colleges act like they broke. They act like they ain't getting no money. They act like, oh, everything we get is from endowments and fundraisers, and it has to be budgeted. So anything that's gonna mess with their budget and their endowments, man, they ain't doing it. Especially for no young black kid out of the ghetto that didn't even come get a degree. You gotta get the degree to be an alumni. Just because you attended don't make you an alumni. You have to graduate from the school to be an alumni, youngsters. For y'all out there listening, so don't just attend and be like, "Oh, I went there." Yeah, you went there, but you ain't do shit with it. You got to graduate.
You got the hoodie.
So I don't know, man. It's a slippery slope. I still think just because he's a defensive end, like I mentioned earlier, the position. You know, look at Nnamdi Kansu. He was a crazy one. What was the dude that with the Steelers that cracked the dude over the head with the helmet?
It wasn't Palomala.
Nah, but then you got the NFL is crazy, because you remember Richie Incognito, and he played for the Dolphins. He was the offensive lineman that was calling all the niggas. He's still playing this. He was on the team this year. I was like, what? He still play? He got cut that year, but guess what? The next year they picked him up, and I don't care if you calling niggas. We care if you can block a nigga.
Because it's entertainment. Because it's all entertainment.
But speaking of entertainment, man, we gotta get to this entertainment news. So hip hop turned 50. They honored Jay-Z and all the hip hop heads at the Grammys. And right after that, Billboard came out and named Jay-Z the greatest rapper of all time. Now, Lil Wayne came out and said, no disrespect to Jay-Z, but I'm the greatest rapper of all time. So, now the debate is, who is the greatest rapper of all time? Is it Jay-Z or is it Lil Wayne? And we're not talking about business endeavors. We're not talking about what they've done for the culture. We're strictly talking rapping, rap skills. Both of these rappers both don't write their lyrics. They both freestyle their raps. So given this, who is the greatest rapper of all time? Jay-Z or Lil Wayne?
Please let me at this first. So this shit been burning me up all fucking day, man. First of all, I hate when cats like Wayne says this type of shit. Now, when you talk about the greatest of all time, we talk about hip hop. It's our music as a culture, as Black people. We started it. It's our music. Okay, music was originally made to inspire. Now, if you're gonna call yourself the greatest, you have to include impact on the culture. Yes, that's included in your rap. Your rap has to make impact. What fucking impact has Lil Wayne made on hip hop besides drinking lean and smoking weed? Like, nigga, what are you have made no positive impact on hip hop. I'm not knocking Wayne as an artist. Artist is artist, but he has zero impact on us. He's zero positive impact on the culture with his music. Where, first of all, and let's kill this shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Impact, Tupac will always be the best to me. His impact, not only just his songwriting, his music, his skills, all that. Yeah, maybe he wasn't the most creative with his lyrics as far as bars and switching up his rhyme pattern and shit like that. But overall songwriting, impact, consistency, first double album in hip hop history that went multi-platinum in All Eyes on Me. Same year dropped Machiavelli, another platinum album. You know, Tupac was 25 when he died, but he did a whole lot. And he has songs that's still playing in rotation today. Kids are still singing I Get Around, Changes, and those impactful songs. Dear Mama, impactful songs. What impactful songs does Lil Wayne got? Lil Wayne is not even the top 5. Jay-Z, I can say Jay-Z's body of work, he has a legit argument. Jay-Z has been consistent. From 96, he said he was going to take this shit, and he did. You feel me? Jay-Z has dropped. He went through a stretch where he dropped, I want to say, 13 albums in 9 years. 13 albums in 9 years. And they were all, I think he had maybe one whack album. Maybe the Kingdom Come album wasn't as bad. But all his albums are quality. And he's been at the top. And he's a multi-billionaire. And he has bars. And he has skills. And he's collaborated with some of the best and held his own. Jay-Z, yes, definitely has an argument for number 1. Lil Wayne does not. Lil Wayne, no. Fuck no, and fuck no.
Oh, man. Greatest of all time. Now, when you put out there greatest of all time, it is debatable in all sports, ladies and gentlemen. You say greatest of all time. Some say Jordan, others say LeBron James. Some say Bill Russell, right? Greatest of all time. It's to your discretion. So maybe that's what he's going with, to his discretion. Because like Ronnie was saying, I was trying to figure out, how are you the greatest of all time? Now, let's do different categories for this. Are you the greatest lyricist of all time?
Well, no.
Are you better than Nas?
No.
No. Are you better than J. Cole?
No.
Oh, okay. So you can't be the greatest. I mean, is your lyrics better than Eminem? No. Okay, cool. So you don't got that. All right. Maybe, I mean, he can't even go into a battle rap because, I mean, he ain't beating my boy A-Ward in a battle rap. I mean, he gonna get ate up. So, okay, you don't got lyrics, you don't got battle rap, you don't got like, oh, how about I would say diversity. Let's go diversity. Like, are you able to give people different styles?
No.
Just like Ronnie said. I mean, Tupac went from giving you America's Most Wanted to Dear Mama. He'll give you something from Toss It Up to Brenda Got a Baby.
Yes, sir.
Have we ever heard anything like Brenda Got a Baby from Lil Wayne?
No.
Have we ever heard Change from Lil Wayne? No. Okay, you can't even do that. All right. Maybe you got the person that you signed beat. I mean, another little diversity thing. Like maybe you got Drake beat.
No.
No, you don't got Drake beat because I mean Drake is the male version of Lauryn Hill in my opinion. Like he goes from rapping to singing. Lil Wayne, we try to hear you sing and we can't even understand you with auto-tune. So that's you're not winning in a lot of these categories. Okay, how about let's just say music videos? Maybe you got the greatest rap music videos. I think that belongs to Missy Elliott, but that's just my opinion. So you ain't even winning in that category. What are you winning in, bro? So are you better than Jay-Z? I don't think so. And then my last thing I thought about, I just go to my Spotify and I go, Lil Wayne, you don't even make it into my top 5 of people I listen to. I'm just saying. I'll listen to me some Lauryn Hill. I'll listen to me some Tupac. I'll listen to me some J. Cole. I even listen to my boy Ace Hood. I never sit down, even if I'm working out or anything, and go, I'm about to listen to some Lil Wayne. And the only song that I listen to of Lil Wayne is actually Drake's song, and that's the Believe Me song. But other than that, I don't listen to your music. I mean, I ain't trying to work out and pump iron to Fireman. Fireman. I'm the fireman. Fireman? Fireman? We talking, Mayor, we talking fireman. We talking fireman over Made You Look. We talking fireman over Change Clothes. I mean, we talking fireman over Snoop Dogg's Sexual Seduction. I mean, come on, man. We talking about fireman. That's all I gotta say. Fireman.
All right. Well, I'm glad you guys let me go last because I'm a very biased Lil Wayne fan because he was the 4th CD I think I ever bought. I bought Dr. Dre's Chronic 2001, Eminem's Marshall Mathers LP, Lil Wayne's The Block Is Hot, and Bow Wow's what was it? Dog Pound? No, what was it? Dog Off the Leash? I can't remember what the hell Bow Wow's like first. That. Something ridiculous. Yeah, there you go. Beware. There you go. And I'll keep it a buck with you guys. Like, we really loved Lil Wayne at Palmdale High School. You know what I mean? Like from 2001 to 2005. Well, 2003 is when I left, but we listened to a lot of Wayne. And I don't know if you guys remember that mixtape Wayne was a lot better than mainstream Wayne. So when you think about Wayne that did all the dedications, all the squad ups, when you think about, I hate to say it, just Cannon alone, like if you guys don't remember how much you got hyped over Cannon, I think you guys gotta give me the black card so I can just, punch a hole in it or something and put it on my lanyard because this is ridiculous. Like, yes, LeBron is like the new GOAT, right? But we have that debate with Jordan because of his greatness and how he's consistent. He doesn't have any losses. But did Lil Wayne not say and show me what you got? If he's Michael Jordan, when he said, I'm LeBron James, if he's Jordan, and nobody said nothing back then. Don't say it yet, y'all. Wait.
Keep going.
Said that, and it was funny. But I'm saying, like, and you guys, and y'all, he's gonna say it because he's a lyricist at heart. That he's almost like two different people. He also had the Kobe Bryant song that everybody loved, and then he just didn't really remake it when Kobe died. No disrespect. He just added the Black Mamba family at the end. Other than How to Love, I think the Mirror song was pretty good. I thought that was decent back in 2010, 2011. That kind of gave off that Michael Jackson vibe, and he was trying to be on a different lane. Impact-wise, there was no hip-hop artist that had dreads other than Bob Marley before Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne was the one that brought in cornrows, if you think about it, because Nelly was on the do-rags with the deep waves. He also was the one that brought in the Air Force Ones. No, if I'm not right, then you guys are going to correct me when I'm done anyway. But I'm just saying there was people with braids, but I'm talking about my generation of 2005. It was him. I'm sorry, well, graduation year. You know what I'm saying? Him, Beanie Siegel. There was like, like here and there you had you had Pusha T.
Classic. Come on.
You had Pusha T. I'm saying I'm going back because you guys are going back to Fireman and old songs from way back in 2005. If you look at stuff like this moving forward, Lil Wayne probably has one of the biggest catalogs like in hip hop history, because if you take everything into consideration, all the mainstream and all the underground and all the mixtapes, there's a lot of music. So I can't say he's better than Jay-Z, but if Lil Wayne's not in the top 5 as far as like at least the last 23 years, then I don't know what we're really talking about. Because if, hip hop's been around for 50 and we're only knocking on 40 for some of us, we can't say we know all of hip hop when we weren't really processing and digesting all that music that's not even on YouTube and shareable. Go ahead, y'all.
Let me ask you.
Okay, wait. Oh, yes.
I got a question.
Wait, no. What's the question?
I got a question for you.
Right.
You got a youth program, right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh no, but I'm not saying that Lil Wayne didn't create Young Thug and now everybody wearing it. I didn't go there. I didn't go there on purpose. I didn't go there on purpose.
We're talking about greatest of all time. So you have to include impact and influence. Would you want your boys for life lessons and for learning shit to listen to Lil Wayne or Jay-Z or Tupac? Please answer that question.
Oh no, it would be
Tupac. Lil Wayne teach your little boys decide how to get leaned out and
No. It would be Tupac all day.
He don't talk about shit but partying, and that's cool.
No, I know that.
You can fuck it up. I can put you out.
That nigga don't talk about shit important. He don't talk about nothing positive. All he talk about is womanizing, getting high, and drinking lean. That shit is rap.
Listen. No, look. Wait. To answer your question.
You drinking lean? Are you listening to Lil Wayne? Are you drinking lean?
Hey, now I got dreads. Oh, nah, look, Wayne got me. Where you at?
I got braids. They're not dreads. I'll wear mine too. But here, look. To keep it a buck, and I don't care if people think my forehead is big. That's why I have fake bangs. If you guys have like Ronnie, if you don't think about, or you did already think about it, Tupac and his influence and the things that he said cannot be matched by anybody, because he was saying the stuff that's going on right now back then before we even knew it was going to happen. I would not have kids listen to Jay-Z now anyway, because they don't listen to me anyway when I talk about Jay-Z and the impact that he had on me or the hip hop either. But then at the exact same time, this is off subject but on subject, I tell people it's hard for me to accept Jay-Z now as a grown-ass man with kids and a wife and everything, because I think about how much Beyonce, his own wife, said all these dudes ain't nothing, like all this stuff that she projected she didn't do, and then he cheated on her, had a baby and all that stuff, and she stuck it out, but yet they the billionaire couple up here, but then everybody else can't touch them, but yet the life they live is not considered the righteous life to live.
Go ahead, y'all. Shoot.
Okay, I got a question. This is for the whole panel, but a little towards the mayor a little bit since he's the Wayne fan. All right.
And Jay-Z fan.
Let's talk LeBron James right quick. Okay. LeBron James went against Steph Curry, right? LeBron James has went against people that are going to be in the Hall of Fame, right? Going back to Lil Wayne. No, let's go to Jay-Z right quick. Jay-Z got his booty kicked by Nas, right? But he went against him, right? Jay-Z went against competition. Who has Lil Wayne went against?
Kanye West.
Gilly the Kid.
Oh, right. Don't even disrespect Gilly like that.
I'm not disrespecting Gilly, but Gilly's not a top 10 artist, nigga. Come on, bro.
That was his most notable beef As far
Yeah,
as
and that was his ghostwriter, but that was his ghostwriter. That was the person that was helping put money in his pocket. That
Now-
was real.
See,
And look at who Billy is
you just
now.
said
I know.
Going back to my
Why do you need
point.
a ghostwriter? Tupac didn't have no ghostwriter. Jay-Z ain't got no ghostwriter. How is he the greatest when he has a ghostwriter?
Technically,
Wayne
wait.
started
Let me.
He brought Drake in, though.
Cameron showed that Jay-Z does have a ghostwriter.
Right.
It was Biggie.
Jay-Z don't write.
No, back in the day.
I gotta take that back though, because he addressed that so smooth. He said, "I'm not a biter. I'm a writer for myself and others. I say a big verse. I'm only bigging up my brother. I'm bigging up my barrel. I'm big enough to do it. Plus, I know my own flow is foolish." He said it in the bar. He addressed it.
Okay, I got a question.
So you can't stand on that.
Okay, yes, you can.
I say a big verse. I'm only bigging up my brother.
So, Caleb, if every time I did a motivational speech and I always went, if you were in a cage with a lion, just because you won't eat the lion, don't mean the lion won't eat you. If I said that every time, and people came up to me and was like, "Yo, man, your little lion thing, Nick, I didn't come up with that. He came up with that." But I'm bigging up. I'm bigging up Caleb. I'm bigging up Caleb. Right? No, I'm stealing your stuff, and I'm coming back like, dang, how am I going to respond to that? Because I mean, Cameron didn't even rap against you. All he did is just play all the verses that you stole from your brother, and you bigging them up.
Hey, man. Biggie died though. It's a difference. You know, he bigging up big because keeping him alive, keeping his skills, his verses out.
Oh, he's doing what Diddy did, but he can't get the same respect.
Well, look at the hip hop now, man. Everything is a sample. Everything is a remake. None of this shit is original at this
point. but who originated that though? Jay-Z and Lil Wayne were two, but Lil Wayne made it the biggest as far as remaking other people's tracks and making it his own. And I'm not saying that he's better than Jay-Z, but these are two of my top 5 rappers. And for me, and it's kind of odd because I didn't go backwards when I was younger. My parents didn't let me go into Biggie, Tupac, and nothing. Like I had record players, like real vinyl in the house. Like they old school had me listen to In Vogue and Boys to Men. They was all R&B people, you know what I mean? So I went from as soon as I could buy my first CD that had the parental advisory that moms didn't press me too hard on, even though, you know, when you have a big chronic leaf, what can you say? But Lil Wayne is up there. Like, if not for how bad we look as black men and skinny.
All right,
he brought in Drake though, but he brought in Drake.
Yeah, but we gotta move on to this.
And Nicki and YMCMB.
So we definitely gotta. He playing Fireman.
Wow,
he's stupid. But we gotta get to Smoking Joe, man. We always gotta touch him on what Smoking Joe is doing. So the Biden administration asks Congress to reauthorize the warrantless surveillance law. So this was an add-on to the Patriot Act that Obama signed an executive order to add on to the Patriot Act, where they can not only surveillance you without a warrant, but they can also detain you indefinitely without a warrant. And that was an add-on from the Patriot Act. Now, when Trump took office, he signed an executive order striking this out. And now Biden is asking Congress to reauthorize it. So he wants to have warrantless surveillance to be legal on American citizens. What are y'all thoughts on Smoking Joe trying to be Big Brother and watch us from the sky? They had that show Big Brother where they watched you. And they watched you do everything. They even had it in the shower. They had it everywhere. You couldn't hide from Big Brother. Everywhere in that house and that property, there was a camera to watch you. And this is why we call this episode Big Brother, because that's literally what the government was doing, and Trump got rid of it, and now Biden is trying to bring it back.
Because they're trying to push the AI agenda faster now. Because if they can put cameras on the robots that they're using, like the little AI dogs or the AI police that they have in San Francisco, if they catch you doing something wrong, they can react to what they see, and then they won't be held accountable or liable for whatever harm is done to whoever's being harmed. And if it happens to be us, then so be it. If it happens to be someone else, then so be it. But in all honesty, the more we say, the more everyone knows. So if people are starting to shut up and keep certain information to themselves because they're trying to do different things to protect their families or protect their careers or just be more independent and selfish, it would make more sense why he wants more surveillance, so that way everyone knows no one knows what he knows, but he knows what everybody is doing at all times.
I want you guys, when you guys get off of this, even if you got to text me, I'll text it to you. There's a show. It's an old show that nobody really knows about that had a couple seasons. It's called Person of Interest. And what the show was about is kind of sort of what we're in right now, where the government had access to cameras. So when you're in the street, the government's able to see you. When you are in Target, the government is able to see you. You know how you can do the whole little grab and go or whatever? Government can see you. Anything with a camera, the government can see you, right? So go watch that show, Person of Interest. And then you will go, hey, yo, that's happening right now. And Person of Interest was like a show that was made in like the 90s. So keep that in mind. Then you throwing in robots, right? I tell people all the time, the scariest movie in the world is iRobot, because that's real. If you haven't seen iRobot by Will Smith, go watch it, because that's what we about to get into, and we all about to be lined up. Well, I ain't gonna be lined up, but they're gonna try to line you up, and you're gonna have robots in your house, and then they're gonna try to. Matter of fact, it's going to be like that Disney movie Smart House, and you're going to be locked up in your house. Last thing I want to say is, we just now hearing about Smoking Joe and him reversing, but we're also just hearing about Trump doing what he did to get rid of it. At all the BS Trump was going through, nobody wanted to highlight that. Trump letting us have some kind of privacy. Now, Smoking Joe goes, I let my wife kiss the vice president's husband. Ain't nobody safe. I'm watching all y'all.
Wait.
Hide your wives, hide your kids. I'm seeing all y'all naked.
Hey, to add to that before you go, Ronnie, Caleb, I know you saw how they showed last week how those the dust devil, like the little dust moppers or whatever, the robot ones, how they were taking pictures randomly and getting uploaded into the cloud. That they literally were taking pictures of people in the bathrooms and all kinds of different things where their information, the robots, right? Exactly. So this goes hand in hand with exactly what we're talking about. Go ahead.
Oh, wait. And on the last note, when you download an app on your Apple phone, what does it ask you? It says, can we track? So they have to ask permission before they track you. If Joe is able to do what he does, I bet you that little security of can we track you will go away, because they don't need your permission no more.
Go ahead, Ronnie.
Smoking Joe. Smoking Joe is 150. Okay, so I don't think he's coherent, or you know what I mean. He's not conscious of what he's doing. He's senile. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even saying. I don't even think this is Smoking Joe. I think this is a more government thing. the government is sick, man. They're pervs. They want to see everybody naked. They want to see everybody dick swinging and all that shit. They some nasty motherfuckers. They want to do that surveillance, no surveillance thing, so they can be all in everybody's business and start another business off of that. These motherfuckers are sick. You know what I'm saying? This is not. We seen it in movies. We seen Enemy of the State. You feel me? That was 1999. I remember I watched that movie with my mama before she died. Look at this nigga. I watched that movie with my mama, and in 1999, you feel me? I saw cameras in watches, cameras in shoes, cameras on the elevator. It was crazy that like they had that man's whole house bugged. They had that man meeting with his friend and made it look like he was cheating on his wife and brought the pictures back and broke up a household. Like, this is the type of shit they've been on. So some sick motherfuckers. They want to be in everybody's business. They want to be in everybody's life. They want to control shit, control scenarios. This is some sick government shit. And, you know, this is nothing new. This has been out that, like you said, he wants to bring it, or they want to bring it back. It's just some sick shit, man. I don't know what to say or what to do about this shit.
You want to see me, Joe? Here I am. Here I am, Joe. Here I am.
It's crazy because 9/11 happened, and then the Patriot Act was signed in, and then from there they can just detain you and watch you and do everything. And then Obama took office, and Obama just kept adding shit onto the Patriot Act, where they took more shit from us, and then Trump finally gets in office and gives us our power back, and now the Democrats seize office, and they're trying to take it right back after Trump got rid of it. So, yes, I believe that it is the government. I don't think it's Joe call. I believe that this is the Democratic Party call. The Democrats want this because they feel like they got to do whatever they got to do to make sure that they win this next election, so that they keep Trump out of there. Because if Trump doesn't win, then the Republican Party is in shambles, and the Democrats gonna have the government for not only the next 8 years, but they might have the next candidate after that. So they running Joe. I don't know. This shit is all weird. They don't want us to do shit. They already spying on us anyway. They already doing it. They just want to do it legally, because they doing it anyway.
Right.
Caleb,
before we get up on it.
All right, real quick then. So would you say, Caleb, that all that Epstein Island stuff and all that child pedophilia and all that was always pushed more towards the Democrats, like that party? Would it make more sense that they would want to make sure that they could get some dirt on the Republicans to kind of like cancel out that whole "we got something on you" type of deal? Because all you have now is more dirt with, you know, Biden's wife and Kamala Harris's husband. That makes it more, you know.
But if you remember, they literally raided Trump's house and raided his hotels and everything to find those classified documents. But then your ass got classified documents just sitting on the floor next to your parking garage, and a lawyer stumbles upon it and decides not to cover for your ass because they don't want to lose their license. So you sent people in the DOJ, and you got warrants to go in and find something that you're guilty of yourself, not only from your presidency, but from your vice presidency. So you've been having classified files for years. So I don't know. The DOJ and the Democratic Party is corrupt like a motherfucker. And the fact that we thought that Trump was corrupt, Trump may not fuck with niggas. Trump may be who he is, but a politician is what he is not. And we got a politician in office right now, and that's all we see is politics. All right, well, let's get some final remarks before we get up out of here.
Yo, shout out to the crew once again for every Wednesday showing up. You know what I'm saying? It can get hard sometimes with everything we do on the side and your personal life. So shout out to the crew. Shout out to all the viewers who keep on tuning in, watching the growth of the PolitiKan Forum. check out the blog, thepolitikinform.com, for all our content. Got some things coming. TV series, all type of stuff. So stay tuned in. Keep on watching us. Follow me at The Famous Homie if you don't already do, and you can kind of see what's coming up.
Yo, listen. Y'all better start watching us. This is what we do. We just give you the naked truth. This is it. We just give you the naked truth. Balls naked. Once again, smoking dro. You in the government, you looking at everybody else. I'm already here, baby. I'm already here. That's it. Naked truth.
Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to the fact that we're this unapologetically ourselves every Wednesday. You know what I mean? Like every day or every week, this is like therapy. This is real life. Just something that even my family I hope they look forward to it. You should hear my wife telling everybody, hey, you got to be quiet because your dad's going to be down there podcasting. He won't want to hear any of your mouths and all this other shit. But as always, shout out to all my kids out here in the AV. And shout out to those coaches out there that are actually instilling the right confidence into their young men and young women. Life is hard out here, especially outside of sports. So don't think everything you do on the court is going to translate into life unless you do it with integrity and you have discipline behind it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I want to shout out all y'all gentlemen. I want to shout out the team, man. I know I've been up and down. I really feel like I'm in a weird place right now. The grind, I think that I started to fall out of love with the grind. And I gotta relight that flame, fall back in love with the grind of this shit. Because with a lot of life stuff going on and a lot of shit, outside of this, it is very difficult to keep going and turn these cameras on and bring up these subjects and produce the show and put it out and continuously promote it. And it is a full-time thing that I'm doing part-time. So shout out to y'all brothers for joining me on the journey, man, and keeping me motivated. Because without y'all, I don't know if I could continue to do this shit. But when I see y'all still grinding, I'm like, well, shit, let me get up. Let me get back to it. Well, even if I don't feel like it, even if I'm not the most motivated right now, let me get to it because I know they is. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. I look at that hoodie that I keep asking for, and y'all ain't sent me one yet, but get off the boat of average. You ain't going to get off the boat of average, you know what I'm saying? Sitting on your ass feeling sorry for yourself. So if they put you in a cage with a lion, just because you don't try to eat the lion.
Don't mean the lion won't eat you. Bigging up my big brother, Caleb.
Yes, man. PolitiKan the podcast. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Stop me. You're gonna have to fucking kill me.
Smoking Dank Sinatra, that's all gas. On the hunt in the tall grass. Intercepting every ball pass, then I run it back, that's a TD. Check the scoreboard, y'all last. We up one, you see me. Pussy niggas wanna talk about it, go to Hellcat, no demon. I be politicking on your broadcast at the red carpet like the famous homie.